a 69-62 win on November 16th in the Scenic City. The Golden Eagles win the tip. We are off and running from inside the hoop. First possession tonight, Tennessee Tech controls.
If I'm Tennessee Tech, I want to see what Deontay Wood can go down early to A.J. Caldwell and see if he can get him in foul trouble.
There's DeSosa, the rejection on Tech's first attempt.
That's really good defense, going straight up with it, not fouling. Good job by DeSosa.
Team in Chattanooga had a 17-game non-conference winning streak snapped. Essentially lost on a buzzer beater to College of Charleston. They hit the game winner with under 2 seconds left. DeSosa from the top wide right. It's a board by Diarra.
It's really good ball movement from UTC. Tennessee Tech moved the ball against Tennessee, and then Denver got stuck against Lipscomb either. So offensively, they've played really well these last couple games.
Wood missing the mark. DeSosa the rebound. DeSosa underneath, lost the handle. Golden Eagles got it with Clay. Wood again forced to press it back out as Davidson winds up and soars in the triple.
If you're Tennessee Tech and you're Coach Pelfrey, you love to see that early. Those early threes. Deontay Wood does a good job of kicking it back out to him as well.
5th in the nation coming in three-point field goal percentage for Davidson. He buries his first tonight. DeSosa steps into it, and he cans it.
You gonna give me that much room, I'm gonna shoot it in your face. I like it, man.
Kansas transfer. He was part of their Final Four team a few years ago. First season as a Mock. He's a big dude, 6'9", 250 pounds.
And every bit of it, too. That dude is solid.
Little shake and bake Clay. Reset button hit Davidson. Shot clock winding down. Amadou Sila. DeSosa's got another board.
That's a good pass by Davidson. Good find.
Mocs gunning for their first lead this evening.
The one thing, too, with Tennessee Tech this year is their defense has been solid and kept them in a lot of ball games when they haven't shot well.
Caldwell hits the heel.
Another South Alabama native, John Petway from South Alabama's on Tech's team, A.J. Caldwell, and I believe it's Josh Aney, I believe is how you say his name. He's also from South Alabama, so little friendship battle as well.
Diarra high off the window. South Alabama in the house for sure tonight. DeSosa's pass is tipped out of bounds. It'll stay Mock possession, 15 to shoot.
David Jean-Baptiste does a really good job of moving without the basketball. He's tough to guard. He can shoot it. I mean, last year he had a really good year. He's all SoCon. I want to say OVC, but SoCon. And he's come from Miami, Florida, down to Norland High School, who had DeJuan Caldwell, who went on to play in the NBA a little bit. So he's played with some good players.
Ranked number 41 in the state out of high school. And the 8th best guard in the country out of high school. He's had a heck of a Mocs career. Golden Eagles get a steal. Clay lost the handle. Ball on the ground. It'll end up with Chattanooga before its tip stays with the Mocs, but the shot clock winds out. Chaotic possession, to say the least.
Wow, no, it's good defense overall. I like the aggressiveness from both teams early.
Well, the Golden Eagles, not only that win against Lipscomb, which we documented, Lipscomb shot the lights out in that game, about 64%, but Tech did force 22 turnovers in the win.
They did, and they put pressure on the basketball early to make it uncomfortable for Lipscomb. And then Biggie Goldman just coming out of nowhere and finding a really good shot early.
Unable to hit the dunk there was Sila. This one for the tie won't go. A miss by Banks, a board by Tech.
I'm sure Sala wants that back.
He gets it back. And the little hook rolls through.
Hey, you make the first one, you make the second one. It's all good.
Smooth to the touch for Amadou Sila, the OVC leader in field goal percentage. A shade over 70% this season from the field.
For UTC, you got to get some ball movements going and see what you can create. Minutes left to go. You got to be encouraged by that and how the teams come together this year.
See Ramsey for the first time. Junior Clay missed the first attempt, gathered it back. Now White fires and strokes home the three.
Wow. Good job offensive rebound, and Kenny White just stepping into one early, coming right off the bench.
The Golden Eagles are a perfect 2 of 2 from distance. And Tech wins the race to double digits. 7 straight for the purple and gold. Chattanooga's response with Diggs, or rather, Malachi Smith doesn't budge. Second effort, that's through for Jean-Baptiste.
Man, that's smooth. When he hits that jump shot, goodness gracious.
So it snaps Tech's 7-0 surge.
I do like the defensive battle between Petway and Baptiste. I think that's going to be there all night long.
Diarra. Fall away, shot gets the roll.
Wow. Shooter's touch. A little home cooking a little bit there, too.
Home cooking for the name. They call him Chef. You see his YouTube show? He makes food.
Man.
It's pretty good.
Not only can he shoot the basketball, he can cook a little bit. I like it.
So a strong start offensively for Tennessee Tech. Ayeni controls. Jean-Baptiste hit his last shot. He doesn't get this one, though. And White ends up securing for Diarra.
Wow, it's an interesting save.
Golden Eagles looking to run with Junior Clay.
Really good attack, Euro step.
And the 5th different Golden Eagle to score already. Ayeni sizes it up as the double team, now a 3rd Golden Eagle, and Petway gets a steal. Tennessee Tech coming out playing this evening.
Yeah, their defense has been really, really good tonight.
Have forced 4 turnovers already. And Ramsey puts it in.
If you Coach Pelfrey right now, your bench is coming through for you tonight. You're going about 7, 8, 9 deep, and you're already getting contributions. That's pretty good.
6 straight for Tennessee Tech. They've got an 11-point lead. Jean-Baptiste can't stop the surge. It goes to the Golden Eagles. Caldwell intercepts it.
Good read by A.J. Caldwell.
From the corner, Jean-Baptiste for 3.
Quiets the crowd. Had a little energy, and then Baptiste just says, nah, not today.
He's got 6 of Chattanooga's 8. Knocking down both from distance. Clay still has it before losing it.
It's a really good defensive possession there from David Jean-Baptiste.
And a charge taken by Petway.
You love to see that from Petway. Again, he's your defensive guy. He's a grad transfer. He's been in these situations. That's what you love to see.
Tennessee Tech has forced now the 5th Chattanooga turnover. Coop, these two teams played just about a couple of weeks ago. It's somewhat rare to see two teams in non-conference action play each other this close. As Kenny White will lay it in. What sort of role do you think that has Chattanooga winning the last time they met in Chattanooga?
I think with Chattanooga, their shooting ability can keep them in ball games and defense. But if you're Tennessee Tech, you already know what they're going to be able to do. You know how to play them. You know how to play each player. So it just makes it even more fun just to have maybe different ways of playing the offense, like what they can put in and who can have a big night.
Cross-court feed, the pump fake by Ledford. Jean-Baptiste missed the mark from distance. Ball trickles out of bounds and will stay with the Mocs. One thing about David Jean-Baptiste, and we're seeing it play out again, he's a high-volume shooter, but as you sort of touched on earlier, he's a confident shooter.
He's a very confident shooter. There's no shot that he doesn't like. And to be as good as he is, that's how you have to play with a chip on your shoulder. He makes this team go. But this year, the thing is, he's got some help. And for UTC with some of these guys, they're going to make a deep run in their conference and have a chance at postseason tournament.
Picked preseason #1 in both the coaches and media poll in the Southern Conference. Zipped underneath. There's Walker. A chance at a three-point play.
That's a really good find by Darius Banks. Nice pass.
Jamal Walker will time out with Jamal Walker. Ended up missing the free throw there. Tech controls a blistering start for the Golden Eagles. 8 of 13 from the field. And they've hit their last 5 from the floor as well.
UTC not letting Kenny White with his left hand turn that corner. It's a really good defensive possession.
Shannon Biggie Goldman to inbound. What a huge night he had against Lipscomb. 5 of 6 from beyond the arc for 15.
He's a streaky shooter.
Here's Deontay Wood. Through the crowd, gets fouled.
He's one of the few guards that you know that loves to go and post up. There's not a lot of guards that can go do that, and I think that brings another X factor into the game.
Jacksonville transfer. Heads to the line.
Yep, right there. Hands go up, but still goes for the ball. It's a foul.
Goes on Darius Banks. His first. Many transfers on this team for the Golden Eagles, the Division I transfers. You know about Wood. You mentioned Petway, South Alabama earlier. Of course, Ramsey from Xavier. Mamadou Diarra out of Cincinnati.
Two guys that from two different schools usually hate each other. They're on the same team. It's really interesting.
Jean-Baptiste surveys. Finds a wide open Ledford. And the putback is home by DeSosa.
That's good offensive possession right there with offensive rebounding for DeSosa.
Wood tries the baseline. Davidson called for the walk. Tech's third turnover. Pretty amazing in that win against Lipscomb. That monster second half did not turn the basketball over for the final 19 minutes in that game.
That's impressive. Any team that does that, you always give yourself a chance to win. But Biggie Goldman played lights out too. Once he hit his first couple, the ocean opened up.
Hawks have trailed by as much as 11 in the early going. Have a little bit of momentum as Banks nails the three.
Really good find by Jamal Walker. Really good, by the way, walk-on story. Comes in last year, been able to play. Done good things for them.
Underneath, Sela missed it. The second effort goes.
He's just padding his stats.
Get that offensive rebound.
Good find by Junior Clay.
Junior Clay almost got the steal. Crowd converges on Smith. DeSosa's feed takes a hop into the front row.
It's a pretty good defensive possession by Tennessee Tech right there, making DeSosa make it a tough decision.
A couple of officials talking it over right now. Officials tonight, Steve Devine, Blake Harrison, David Carter.
Had a little discussion there to see if it went off Tennessee Tech, and I don't think that one did, but hey, not my call.
Halfway through the opening stanza. Sela. Davidson, and he gets it to drop.
It's a good job. UTC did a really good defensive possession there. Keyshawn Davidson just made a really tough shot.
5 early. The Golden Eagle returning sophomore out of Murfreesboro. Banks rises again, spins out the three, almost out. But instead the Golden Eagles a chance for a double-digit lead. Sela, the hook is through.
Nice soft touch. That's tough, man. Turn around, little hook shot.
This red-hot start continues for Tennessee Tech, 65% shooting. All of a sudden, another 6-0 spurt for TTU. Contact, Wood is called for the foul. Change will be made with Avery Diggs. He's a Central Florida transfer. Graduate student, 6'10", 255 checks in.
It's like they just take one guy out and put him right back in. That's why UTC can go so deep into their bench.
Slips off the fingertips of Banks, another mock turnover. The club's 7th already.
Tennessee Tech's doing a good job with on-ball pressure, making it tough for UTC to move and get to where their spots are. This has been a good job by Coach Pelfrey and his staff tonight. Done a good job of scouting report.
The Tech lead has been as much as 11. Of course, that would change with a make here. Pump fake Diarra, now pulls the trigger and hits from the corner.
I guess when you're on, you're on. Wow. Guy flies by, almost gets tipped when he throws it back and hits the tray.
He can do a lot of things in his game. Tied for 9th in the OVC in rebounding. He's a big guy, but can stroke it from deep. Speaking of that, it's home for Smith.
Malachi Smith says, I see you and I raise you one, son.
Golden Eagle response with Clay. And in the corner, it's tracked down by Walker.
It's a good, fast-paced game. Both ways, both playing good defense. They're just making tough shots tonight.
Double team comes.
There's already bad blood between these two with years history here, and we can go in detail later, but UTC got the best of Tech in 2004 when Jeff Lebo left in the middle of the night.
Diarra distance, offensive board Petway.
Good find.
White's jumper doesn't go. Golden Eagles get another look. This time it's Ramsey. And Chattanooga eventually prevails on the glass with Diggs.
Yeah, we talk about rebounding for UTC right there. Tennessee Tech doing a good job of it, just attacking the offensive glass.
De Sosa. Shot clock single digits, almost lost it. It eventually rolls out of bounds. So we wait for the call. It'll be Golden Eagle possession.
They're not letting get De Sosa. He's not getting set up into his spot, and they're just double and triple team and making him make a tough decision. So that's props to Tennessee Tech and reading the scouting report.
One of the players Chattanooga is without tonight, Casey Hankton, the St. Louis transfer, missing his 3rd consecutive game. He dropped 13-5 when these two teams met in Chattanooga 2 weeks ago.
He's a pretty good player, man.
Jumper spins out from Diarra. De Sosa's 4th rebound.
UTC's got to get something going towards the basket, see if they can get some guys cutting, see if you can get easy layup and go to the free throw line here.
Open 3-ball. Diggs can't connect. Offensive board. De Sosa will have a chance for 3.
That is a big boy move right there. That's a one-hand grab, spin, and probably could have dunked that.
Former 5-star prospect. Transferred from Kansas. You got to imagine he's going to play some dividends playing in the Southern Conference.
Yeah, I think this gives him a chance to kind of reset some things that he may not got at Kansas and kind of come to his own, make a name for himself, and try to get to the league.
Mentioned it earlier, career high 21 points Saturday against College of Charleston. 7 of 8 from the floor. The only miss was a 3 in his only 3-point attempt. He also went 7 of 8 from the free throw line.
He's got a pretty sweet stroke, too. There's just some things with him that you just can't teach that kind of put him a little bit above everybody else with footwork and the ability. I would see him going to the D-League when he gets done here.
Goldman. Underneath, Ramsey gets it to drop.
That's really good ball movement. Biggie Goldman finding the soft spot, and Ramsey just with a nice touch.
Quietly, Tech had missed its last 5 from the floor. Ramsey stops that skid. Response by Walker is down.
It's a good shot by Walker, man. Little Kobe-esque, little turnaround on the shoulder.
Right back comes White, two-hand jam.
You love to see it. Just run it.
Golden Eagle balance. That'll be called a walk.
Kenny White's had a couple bad games a little bit. Tonight, he's kind of showing out, showing his ability and capability. It's really good to see him get going.
It feels almost with the win against Lipscomb for Tennessee Tech, led Tennessee at the half, led Tennessee with about 13 minutes left. Maybe a team playing with a little bit more confidence here tonight as Goldman hits from the top.
Yeah, I think the Lipscomb game that second half gave them confidence, and then playing with Tennessee, who's a top 10 team, originally, that just gives you even more confidence to play, and I think that's good for them. Ooh.
Nice finish, the reverse for David Jean-Baptiste.
Little step through right there, man. That's a nice move.
Junior Clay is open. Junior Clay, the three doesn't go.
That's the most open I've seen him in about 3 weeks.
Jean-Baptiste, he'll miss the mark from downtown. And we got a foul under the basket. It'll be Golden Eagle possession, the call against the Mocs.
Guys just battling down there. I don't know, but the battling offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, this is what you love to see in basketball.
Goes on Diggs. That's his first. Tennessee Tech is led by as much as Baker's dozen. 11-point advantage here. A steal. It's Malachi Smith. He will not get the layup, but the foul goes against Davidson. Smith to go to the line.
That's a good try by Davidson, but, man, Malachi Smith with quick hands. It's a good defensive and offensive way to go for Malachi Smith. Yeah.
Gotta like those shoes, too.
I know, right? I mean, players today get these different types of shoes than we played, man. I mean, it's just back in the day, we didn't get this. We got the Shocks, man. LeBron Shocks or Nike Elites.
You didn't go highlighter green shoes like that. Those are not fresh kicks.
I know, man. Look good, feel good, play good.
Yeah, Dion? He's having himself a good year. Smith, 20 points, hit the game-winning shot with less than a second left. And a win at VCU. You go up to VCU, you get a win against an impressive mid-major like that. That's a nice win.
Yeah, that's a resume win. That's gosh. And VCU is not easy by any stretch of imagination, especially we know over the last decade. Been to the Final Four and done all these things. I mean, that's pretty good.
Hit the very top of the backboard and off the shot clock.
A lot of links, so he can bring a lot to the table for Tennessee Tech.
8 different Golden Eagles have scored. Diarra leading the way with 7. Sila's got 6 for Chattanooga. DeSosa's got 7. And Jean-Baptiste with 8. It's Smith who nails the 3 from the corner.
UTC finding a soft spot in the zone. Malachi Smith, the killer, coming back.
Don't look now. The Mocs on a 7-0 run. Smith's got 7 as well. I've really seen balance from both teams offensively in terms of who could score the basketball.
Yeah, for real.
There's Sila.
I mean, you look at that right there, just the ability to pass and find those and have a soft touch, soft hands. Man, that's nice.
Jean-Baptiste airballs the 3. It'll duck out of bounds and stay with the Mocs.
Right here, just pick and roll, boom. Good find, good catch, good score.
8 points in a game high, 9 rebounds in that loss to the University of Tennessee. What do you think going toe-to-toe with the number 15th ranked team in the country, 17,000 strong in Knoxville? What do you think that does for your confidence?
I think if you can play in an arena like that at any point in time, you can play with anybody. I don't care where you're at, who you're playing against.
Jean-Baptiste. Oh, that's rejected by Sila.
Sila having a nice game tonight.
Yeah, the Dikembe Mutombo finger right there.
You know, there's something he did at the Tennessee game. He was playing John Fulkerson, who's an all-SEC player. He told the guys, I don't need your help. I'm going to take him one-on-one. I mean, that's the confidence you need in somebody like that.
He's been going toe-to-toe with DeSosa all night, and it'll be Golden Eagle possession.
I thought Sosa was going to dunk that when he got it the first time. Goodness.
That's been a fun battle all night with Sealand and DeSosa. DeSosa's got 7 and 5 so far. Those are two big guys down there.
Goodness, man. And they're Greek gods, man. I wish I was built like that. I just wasn't gifted.
Hey, maybe one day. Probably not, but
maybe one day, but probably not.
Shot clock dips down to 7. It's Wood who rises. Missed short. And the board by Smith. Chattanooga's trailed the entirety of the game. Caldwell can't bring it closer. And it'll be Tech possession.
You can see the ability of DeSosa. When he jumps, it's like he's got the extra gear. It's things you can't teach. You're just gifted with that. And it's really cool to see a player like that, even if they're playing for UTC, you know, to see guys like that be able to play. It's just they got a chance in the league one day because of their ability.
Kenny White makes his maneuver. Can't put it through. It goes to Petway. And here's Junior Clay. Oh, the adjustment and the basket.
That's a really good finish by Junior Clay.
A Chattanooga native, you got to imagine, loves playing against these mocks.
Yeah, it wasn't offered by UTC, so it's like you got a little extra chip on your shoulder tonight.
A lot of family and friends in attendance when these two teams met a couple of weeks ago, as the layup by Banks is down.
Good job by Banks, getting his shoulder around Diarra, not letting him get back around, and good finish.
Play controlling, he just passed Alexa Jugovic for 14th most points in program history, but he throws it away there. Jean Baptiste throws it through.
Thought he was going to dunk.
With now 50 seconds left till we'll hit intermission. Davidson. And it looks like he'll hit the reset button.
I love the locked-in defensiveness right now from UTC. Just goodness, just locked in, man.
As the ball's on the deck. Trouble from Clay, no look to White. And he gets it to go, the foul as well. What a pass from Junior Clay.
That's a dun-dun-dun right there. Goodness gracious. Good gosh almighty Joe Friday.
Look at that feed. I don't even think that replay does it justice. Double team. He's kind of scooped it.
Loses the ball. Gets it. Just says, he's at the corner over there.
And then White absorbed the contact from Banks' second. Stays an 8-point game.
Yeah, Kenny White again having a nice, quiet game.
Shot clock turned off. Could very well be the final possession of the opening period. That'll be White called for the foul. I have a perplexed look on the face of Coach Pelfrey.
I don't know if he has the foul or not. Hey.
Mox will make some changes. See Grant Ledford come back into the game. Injured pretty much all of last season. Played just the one game, a quarterfinal loss. The Southern Conference Tournament to ETSU. He's got the possession here. Jean Baptiste. 9 seconds left. Ledford driving, Ledford scoring. One last look for the Golden Eagles. Diarra Long.
Goldman the second half. Do your thing. Play as a team. Hit those threes early.
Mock's first possession of the second period. Banks. It's Smith. This to cut it to a 3-point game. 41-38.
Call him the Golden Eagle killer. He's starting the second half that way.
Huge game last year against Tennessee Tech. The Mocs then get a steal. This one for the tie. We start over at 41.
Hit open shots. Take them and make them.
David Jean Baptiste has 13. the most in the game.
If you're Tennessee Tech, how do you withstand the run? What's your answer back to this? Can you throw the punch as well?
Just like that, the lead evaporated for Tennessee Tech. Mox with momentum. Wood doesn't get the response. Sela will go to the line.
It's a really good job by Sela. Deontay Wood finding the soft spot, doing a good job of finding that right there.
For Chattanooga, when we showed you the starting lineups at the get-go, we highlighted David Jean-Baptiste, a preseason All-Southern Conference player. Highlighted Malachi Smith, a preseason All-Southern Conference player, a first-teamer last year. Those, of course, the two players that hit the threes. Have to think they're going to rely heavily on them going forward.
Yeah, right here, Deontay finds a good job. But, man, Sela just doing a good job offensively, finding position and rebounding.
Amadou Sela now the first Golden Eagle in double digits with an even 10.
I think if you're UTC, you set ball screens with those two guards. You make them have to play that instead of the post.
Trying to dump it down low. Sela got a piece of it. DeSosa. And now Caldwell. Banks. Caldwell for the lead. Mox unable to connect, but they get the offensive board.
It's a good job by UTC owning the offensive glass right here.
Jean-Baptiste hit the three to tie the game. Last possession for the Mox. This for the lead. Doesn't go. Tipped around. Taken by Tech. It's Sela.
That's a tough rebound by Sela.
Off the fingertips and out of bounds. Last touch by Davidson.
For Tennessee Tech, you got to stay locked in right here because UTC is throwing every haymaker they got at you right now. They're going to come full-fledged. They got to talk into at halftime. Can you withstand the storm and make the run as well?
Chance to tie or take the lead again on this trip for the Mox. Caldwell underneath the extra feet. DeSosa slam ties it at 43.
It's a good pass. Again, DeSosa, you got to get him going. That's one way to get him going early.
Tennessee Tech takes a timeout. The Kansas transfer after the feed from Jean-Baptiste. 43-43. Going to be a fun finish in this one. Clear the via DeSosa. He wants to tie the game with a jam. The Kansas transfer getting it done tonight.
Yeah, throwing it down. A little slow-mo action right there by the crew. I like it. That's nice.
Got E.J. Freeman directing, Caitlin Martin on graphics, Colin Latch replay, Kaylee Selby the producer. Golden Eagles with Sela, unable to take the lead there. DeSosa emerges on the glass.
I really like that play that he drew up right there. It's a good out-of-bounds play by John Pelfrey. Hold that one in my clipboard if I ever go coach again.
Here's DeSosa. Mox have not led in this game. That changes with a make here, and that's the case. It's a deep two. DeSosa strokes it home.
He's heating up.
First time tonight. The Mox on top. Davidson near the half-court stripe. Golden Eagles now, what's their response? Going to Junior Clay. And the call will keep it with Tech.
I think you got to attack, but you've got to keep getting that ball movement. You had really good ball movement early through this entire game. You've got to get that back.
Mox have outscored the Golden Eagles 10-2 so far in the second half. Davidson spins it out. And another board by DeSosa, already a seventh. Momentum with the Mox. DeSosa's playing well of late.
It's really good team defense right there by Deontay Wood, knowing where they wanted to go.
Ball's on the ground, the tie-up, possession arrow. It'll be Golden Eagle basketball.
I think you've got to get multiple stops if you're Tennessee Tech. You do one, you get two. If you get three, it's called a kill. You can kill the momentum with 3 stops in a row. That's usually your goal if they get on a run.
Had that big second half last week for Tennessee Tech. For a team won 5 games last year, certainly some new pieces. That idea of learning how to win games and finding a way to bounce back. Tennessee Tech led by as much as 13 and they're trailing for the first time.
Yeah, it's how do you deal with success, and sometimes that's the hardest part to
transfer. John Petway goes to work and doesn't get the layup to budge.
That'd been a tough finish, but that's a good looking. I mean, that's a pretty good look for him right there.
And a foul against Diarra.
He's so long. It's like he's got that Kevin Durant, Giannis type built body. But you got to sit a little bit lower on defense, but his hands are so active. It makes it tough. It makes it tough offensively to move where he's going to go.
Cincinnati transfer Mamadou Diarra. David Jean-Baptiste. Smith rises. 3 no. And into the corner, Ramsey for Tennessee Tech. Junior Clay floats it up. That's left short. On the glass was Diggs. Here comes Chattanooga. Smith lays it in.
That's good patience by Smith.
And then a steal. Caldwell puts it home. Another steal. And a chance at a 3-point play. The Mocs. David Jean-Baptiste. Oh, what a turn of events.
We talked about him earlier, making plays happen. But A.J. Caldwell, 2 steals in a row, going right to the same spot.
Don't blink. First Smith. Then the steal, David Jean-Baptiste. Ends up getting another one. Absorbed the contact. A 10-0 run for Chattanooga in the blink of an eye.
If you're Tennessee Tech, you've got to get a run into your own here. Get the momentum to stop and then make your own run.
18-2. The Mocs outscoring Tech since the second half began. Junior Clay trying to go to work, creates contact. David Jean-Baptiste on the foul.
I like that matchup, man. I tell you what, 2 guys that can just ball.
Junior Clay. The shot clock goes to 7. And a steal. Diggs goes Caldwell. And Smith ends up getting the layup.
It's a good finish. Quick hands there from number 23 in Diggs.
14 straight for Chattanooga. Petway unable to stop the run. And in the Eblin Center, you can almost feel with the fans some sort of a shell shock in this building.
Yeah, like being up, 5 or 6 and now being down, I believe it is 11. It's like it can happen that quick, but it can also happen the other way as well, so you got to be ready to go.
Another layup for Smith. He's having a huge night with 16 on 6 of 8 shooting.
Quiet in the first half. This second half, he's come alive.
And the run grows 16-0. A foul called. The reach by Banks.
I like what Coach Pelfrey is doing, though, just letting them play through it. See if you can figure it out. Giving his players an opportunity here to make a step up, and he's got a lot of older guys, some guys from last year who've been in these situations too. This is your opportunity to grow, learn, and make a big run.
It's Golden Eagles now down by 13. The preseason All-OVC player Clay Junior Clay, shot clock winding down, has to hoist and airballs the desperation heave.
Defensively right now, UTC is just locked in.
Their 16-0 run. Team picked preseason #1 in the Southern Conference. A lot of returning talent, some key transfers as well. The 3 from the corner, that doesn't go for Ledford. Here's Tennessee Tech. Goldman. There's Clay through traffic. He gets it blocked by Ledford. Can't come back to make it.
Just keep fighting. Tennessee or UTC just making it tough defensively.
Smith is wide open. The 3 doesn't go. Goldman's got it for the Golden Eagles. Wood. And the run will close at 16-0. It's Deontay Wood who pours it through.
See, if you're Tennessee Tech, see if you can get another stop. UTC, though, ball movement-wise, just finding the open guy. As soon as the defense crashes, the open guy's there.
Mock's team that went 18-8 overall. That was last season. Prior to that, won 20 games. Successful program of late. Ends up being out of bounds off of Tennessee Tech. The valiant attempt to save will go by the books for the Golden Eagles.
Man, the step through from Malachi Smith was really well, but the steal by David Jean-Baptiste.
Ends up with Caldwell. They got one more steal. And with that, Chattanooga has an 11-point lead. Second half in Cookeville. The old adage, a tale of two halves. Golden Eagles, they had a 13-point lead at 1 point in the first half, led by 6 at intermission. Chattanooga has outscored the purple and gold 21-4 in this second half.
It's a good finish here by Deontay Wood to get the run to stop.
It is Mock's possession. Smith, oh, what a big night. It continues. Give him 18.
Yeah, this second half, he's come alive.
Tennessee Tech with C.J. Gettelfinger for the first time tonight. Tracked down by Davidson. Deep 3, Davidson, no. Caldwell for Chattanooga collects.
UTC making Tech take tough shots.
Smith possesses. He has 11 of his 18 in the second half, but a steal here. Lost the handle. Wood picks it up and lays it in.
Good defensive effort from Wood. Tech trying to make a run here. See if they can get some momentum on their side. But Sela and DeSosa back to the battle. I love it, man. I love those two guys.
And that contact with a foul. Deontay Wood called for it. As much confidence as we saw Tennessee Tech playing in the first half, veteran team like Chattanooga, playing with a lot of confidence right now, it appears.
Yeah, and in a game of basketball, it's a lot of emotions, ups and downs, but you can't get too high and you can't get too low. You got to stay even keel, even when all the good's happening and even all the bad's happening. You just have to be able to ready and play at any moment.
Whistle away from the action. It again goes on Wood. He got sized up right there with DeSosa. 6'9" against 6'4". 20 on the timer. Mock's inbounding baseline with Jean-Baptiste. Caldwell, he'll lay it in, get a foul as well.
A.J. Caldwell just going right to the basket right there. Good job by him and the UTC finding the open hole. Good job just taking contact and be able to finish the end one.
ESPN three-star prospect. Played only 4 games at South Alabama. Awarded a medical red shirt with the Jaguars in 2017-18. Brother Dominic, offensive quality control football coach for Chattanooga. Former quarterback for the Mocs.
He was. I remember him playing there.
Deontay Wood called a rejection for DeSosa. Ended up getting a piece of that. The shot clock now winding down. Davidson forced to fire. Smith, oh, what a big night. It continues. Give him 18.
Yeah, this second half, he's come alive.
Tennessee Tech with C.J. Gettelfinger for the first time tonight. Tracked down by Davidson. Deep three, Davidson, no. Caldwell for Chattanooga collects.
UTC making Tech take tough shots.
Smith possesses. He has 11 of his 18 in the second half. But a steal here. Lost the handle. Wood picks it up and lays it in.
Good defensive effort from Wood. Tech trying to make a run here. See if they can get some momentum on their side. But Sela and DeSosa back to the battle. I love it, man. I love those two guys.
And that contact with a foul. Deontay Wood called for it. As much confidence as we saw Tennessee Tech playing in the first half. Veteran team like Chattanooga playing with a lot of confidence right now, it appears.
Yeah, and in a game of basketball, it's a lot of emotions, ups and downs, but you can't get too high and you can't get too low. You got to stay even keel, even when all the good's happening and even all the bad's happening. You just have to be able to ready and play at any moment.
Whistle away from the action. It again goes on Wood. He got sized up right there with DeSosa. 6'9" against 6'4". 20 on the timer. Mocs inbounding baseline with Jean-Baptiste. Caldwell, he'll lay it in, get a foul as well.
A.J. Caldwell just going right to the basket right there. Good job by him and the UTC finding the open hole. Good job just taking contact and be able to finish the end one.
ESPN three-star prospect. Played only 4 games at South Alabama. Awarded a medical red shirt with the Jaguars in 2017-18. Brother Dominic, offensive quality control football coach for Chattanooga. Former quarterback for the Mocs.
He was. I remember him playing there.
Deontay Wood called a rejection for DeSosa. Ended up getting a piece of that. The shot clock now winding down. Davidson forced to fire and missed it. Out of bounds, it'll be mock possession.
Yeah, DeSosa to get up there, and I think he touched the top of that square when he blocked that, man. Big block.
So the Golden Eagles will bring some backcourt pressure right here as they face a 14-point deficit. What a second half for Chattanooga so far.
Something little right there that David Jean-Baptiste did. He attacked the trap. Like, there's a lot of players that won't do that. What makes him really good is he attacked it, got to the open floor to the middle of the court, and be able to pass the ball. That's really good heads-up play by him.
DeSosa. And it goes to the Golden Eagles with White. 9 in the first half for Kenny White. He's been held scoreless here in the second. Caldwell got the steal. DeSosa throws it down.
A big dunk, man. I just saw 22 right by me and go, that's going to be an oop.
The lead grows to 16 for Chattanooga. On the response goes Davidson. Sosa's got 13 in this game. Jean-Baptiste and Smith both with 18. So the All-Southern Conference players certainly made on both as that layup goes through. For Malachi Smith, 2 more for him.
It's almost like he's an energy person. Like when he gets going, the team just gets going.
16-point lead again for the Mocs. Dumped underneath. Sela on the feet from Junior Clay.
Good finish by Sela.
Got the contact from DeSosa.
That's somewhere I think somehow from last year to this year, he has grown offensively. Last year he was just more of a defensive guy. This year his offensive repertoire has really grown, and it showed in a couple of these games this year.
Tennessee Tech leader tonight with 12 points. For Junior Clay, just the 4 points tonight, but he does have 6 assists. And Coop, that is something we've seen a lot from Junior Clay this season. In fact, he is second in the OVC in assists.
He, instead of having to score so much, he's done a really good job of just finding open people, but a big block by DR right there. I think you got to reward the man at some point tonight.
As a Golden Eagle team that we discussed as Junior Clay spins it home.
Little friendly roll there at home.
You'd have games last year for a Tech team that won 5 contests where if Junior Clay wasn't scoring, probably weren't winning that night. But this year it seems that he can be more of a facilitator because of the options that Tennessee Tech now has on this team.
He does. He's got a lot more options this year, and it really does show, and I think it helps him on defense, too. It kind of gives him a little bit of a break sometimes.
So Malachi Smith, his game-leading 20, gives it up for Ledford, who can't drill the 3, but Smith on the glass lays it in. The team that had its 17-game non-conference winning streak snapped in that loss Saturday. Rolled the table last year, won a perfect 9-0 in non-conference play. First time that had ever happened in program history, went undefeated in non-conference action.
There's a rich history there with UTC. They've, through the years, they've had some really good groups. Played against Chris Paul back in the day at Wake Forest. I mean, and then they went to the Sweet 16, one of the first Cinderellas to really, to get there as well. So there's a rich history in Chattanooga basketball.
Junior Clay got fouled. Puts the Golden Eagles in the bonus. 7th team foul, second on Smith. Here it is.
Yeah, got his hand caught in the cookie jar.
And Chattanooga last year went 9-7 in Southern Conference play. These a couple of mid-major type conferences, but we've seen some big success Southern Conference, like UNC Greensboro. Wofford has had tremendous seasons. ETSU, so there's some good talent there.
There is, and ETSU through the last 4 or 5 years had a really good run. Coach Miller at UNC Greensboro had a kid that was just unreal, and they won a lot of games. Wofford's another one that can they pick up a kid or two, and it's like it changes their program.
The UNCG head coach now at Cincinnati.
He's done a really good job with Cincinnati. I think he beat Illinois.
Wes Miller.
I think he beat Illinois by 20 at one point this year, and Illinois has got the #1 center in the country.
And the same discussion in the OVC, we know Murray State and Belmont and Eastern Kentucky was in the league. They've been a strong mid-major conference as well. The 2 teams that made the NCAA tournament, Murray and Belmont, a few years ago.
Yeah, they both have. And then you got Morehead State and Johnny Broome.
Missed the mark, did Caldwell, so the Golden Eagles get it. 6:15 left, down a dozen.
That's the stop you needed right now to get back in this thing. Now you need a really good shot here.
Feels like a big possession for Tennessee Tech. Petway gets it stripped. The steal by Banks.
Really good hands right there from Banks.
And the Mocs hold inside 6. Smith under the basket, finds a way to put it through.
That's a tough finish.
Give him 24 on 10 of 13 shooting this evening. Diarra, short on the three. Smith's got the board.
For Tennessee Tech, you're going to have to shoot a couple threes that you probably don't want to, but you're going to have to make some tough shots down the stretch to keep in this thing.
Smith had 7 points at the break. 17 here in the second half. Jean-Baptiste gets the layup.
Good finish. Saying, "Cook, I'm cooking. Give it to me again."
He's got 20 tonight.
The two all SoCon guys, one Malachi's got, I believe he's got 20 or 24, and David Jean-Baptiste has got 20. I mean, you got two guys that are just killing it right now.
And almost feel, you called him the Golden Eagle killer earlier. He had a double-double last year with a career-high 14 rebounds against Tennessee Tech.
It's almost like he doesn't play really that great against anybody else but Tennessee Tech, but here tonight he's just come alive in the second half.
And that game exactly a year ago today. It was Tennessee Tech's first home game of the season, with the season being delayed because of COVID-19. As we see the foul here. 365 days later, these two teams meeting again right in this building. It feels a lot different.
It does. And that's a good feeling, a lot of it is. And again, Tech's a different team than last year. You've got guys that can score the ball a lot more, and defensively they're very solid in a lot of different ways now that they weren't last year. Coach Puffer's done a really good job of recruiting, bringing guys in the transfer portal.
A.J. Caldwell. A wide open three by Banks.
Easy three in transition, wide open. UTC doing a good job of ball movement.
Ramsey, a little bit strong. Another rebound right there by DeSosa. One board away from a double-double. Now 13 and 9 for the Kansas transfer. Jean-Baptiste hits the heel. Offensive board. Smith emerges. His 6th rebound to go along with the game-high 24 tonight.
Doing a good job offensive rebounding. Malachi Smith just right there, just wanted the ball a little more, saw where it was going to go, and hits a three.
I say foot on the line deep, too. Smith wanted the three. Wonder if they'll end up taking a look at that. Junior Clay, the floater. I don't think it's surprising Chattanooga's offense. We read you some of the talent, the All-Southern Conference players, DeSosa, everything he brings to the table. I don't think a lot of people could have seen the way Tennessee Tech played in the first half to have this sort of a second half for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, the first half they played really, really well. Second half, UTC kind of, oh my goodness.
DeSosa again.
Spin move and a dunk, my goodness. Yeah, you look at it and it's like.
Golden Eagles defensively. Dishes it underneath and putting it home. DeSosa.
Yeah, good find.
Chattanooga gets to 80.
This second unit for Coach Pelfrey is playing really hard right now, and it's really showed.
Also see for the first time, Caleb Christopher. Kenny White. Shot clock winding down. Hopkins doesn't get it.
What a find, though, from Dane Quest.
Smith with 26 points tonight. 19 in the second half. He'll go to the line with a reach by Quest. And those three between Smith, Jean-Baptiste, the All-Southern Conference players, and then DeSosa who we brought up at the onset too in the starting lineup. Good reason. The Kansas transfer, 17 and 11 tonight. Those three have really carried the way.
Yeah, and going forward, when you watch them play going forward, they've got some guys that can carry the load. You know, if one guy has a bad night, they've got some guys that can step up and score 20 or 30 points pretty easily.
Mocs on the way to improving to 6 and 1 and 3 and 0 on the road. Matchup at Lipscomb on Sunday. A team that Tennessee Tech beat last Tuesday. Lipscomb, who went up to Dayton, won a game convincingly. And then we all saw Dayton defeat Kansas on a buzzer beater in that tournament down in Orlando, and then beat Belmont to win that tournament.
Yeah, basketball parity is real. The transfer portal, everything that you see, that has changed the way the basketball's played now. It's kind of like changing football right now.
Changes in football right now. They're everywhere.
Goodness. If you stay on Twitter, it's like every 5 seconds there's either a new coaching name or a new player just happened to pop up.
Hopkins secures it again. Through the crowds, ends up scoring.
It's a good job for Hopkins. Hopkins got a little fan crowd up there in the stands.
Ashton Smith for the first time tonight. We see him. It's Lamont Paris, the fifth-year head coach. He's part of those great Wisconsin teams. A couple of Final Four teams, Frank Kaminsky, Sam Decker, Ethan Habb, Nigel Hayes. This is some really good Wisconsin teams.
Nigel Hayes, man. That dude was just unreal.
Mocs on the way to improving to 6 and 1. Tennessee Tech going to drop to 2 and 5. There's a block by Quest, so he's made his presence felt defensively since checking in. Smith unable to bury the three. Kettlefinger, and that will be your ball.